Andre Kajlich. Am I getting that last name right?
You got it.
Andre, welcome to KUSI.
Thank
Your
you.
story starts overseas. You were going to college at the University of Prague, or what was the name of the school?
Yeah, it's called Charles University.
Charles University in Prague.
Correct.
And man, life-changing story. Where did it happen?
Yeah, I decided to go study where my father studied. He's from Slovakia, and I'd been there for about 6 months, just really having the time of my life, and had been out with friends partying. I had this great group of friends from all over Europe, and in the wee hours we had breakfast. I said goodbye to Rico, my Finnish friend, and headed my way home. And yeah, I woke up 3 weeks later in a hospital room, not sure if I was going to live or not, and I had been run over by the subway train. What happened, what led to that, nobody knows. The driver just came around the corner, and I was there on the tracks. There really wasn't anything he could do.
And not to, we're kind of jumping all over the place, but here. So that story, that's in the mid-90s. We jump ahead 20 years, and I want you to look at this bio, people. These are all the things Andre has accomplished as an athlete, an Ironman world champion. The bio is so long, Andre. We needed to use 2 pages. Are any of these things on your list of accomplishments? Does any one stand out more than the other?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really rank my accomplishments. They're all, you know, things that I wanted to do and was lucky to be able to do, and had a lot of fun accomplishing. You know, there's some grinding involved there, but I loved them all.
The question is how? How do you get from that hospital bed in Prague to doing an interview here talking about being an elite ultra competitor?
Yeah, I mean, the list of things that went into it would be a lot longer than that list.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
But all the right things came together. I mean, I have just an unbelievable family and community supports. You know, my dad set such a great example. He had rheumatic heart disease and had mechanical valves put in his heart when I was a young boy, and he never complained about his health. He just always did what he could do, and you know, I definitely followed that.
We have video of you in action. I mean, you're an exceptional athlete now in what you do. Were you an exceptional athlete prior to the accident?
I was okay. I mean, I didn't.
Did you know that you were elite?
I didn't have the focus or drive, and I never, I guess, found out how good I could be at a sport. I just liked dabbling and tried many different sports and loved them all. So I guess this time I've gotten to find out sort of how good I could get at something.
At what point did you realize, hey, you know what, I'm pretty good at this?
Yeah, sort of the first race I did, I went and did a San Diego Triathlon Challenge, which is one of Challenge Athletes Foundation's premier events, and I just met some guys who were going and decided to join them. And from there it clicked. I loved that community and racing, so I decided that I wanted to do Hawaii Ironman in Kona. And so, yeah, 6 months after that first one, I was qualifying. I won the qualifier, and within the year, I had done Ironman World Championships.
All right, well, in no particular order, the one that stood out to me was the one in British Columbia back in 2014. You're the first amputee to complete an ultramarathon. 3-day event. Day 1 is a 6-mile, correct me if I got any of this wrong, 6-mile swim followed by a 90-mile bike ride on day 1, correct?
Yes.
Day 2 is just a simple 171 mile run, and then day 3 is a 54-mile run for the runners, and you would be hand cycling that, of which you use a standard.
I actually did that in this chair right here.
A standard wheelchair. You didn't want to use the ultralight one because you thought that would give you an unfair advantage.
I think I was top 10 that day anyway. So
I mean, that's nuts, dude. So tell me what is the thrill in that? That just sounds painful.
I don't know. There's a lot of things going on, and a lot of it is that you signed up for this challenge. You know, the training and being outside and the camaraderie is excellent. But a lot of it is pushing through, and in the middle of the race at times, like, you don't want to be out there, and you've decided to do this thing, so you keep going, you finish it, and then it's all, yay, that was great.
That is brutal endurance, but this takes the cake. We go to Brazil. This is actually a year earlier, I believe, correct?
A year earlier, yeah.
Check out the Brazil race. You're the first amputee to complete this course, a course that I would have a hard time walking. Dude, tell me about that.
Yeah.
Tell us about what makes this particularly challenging and rewarding.
Yeah, you're out there in the Mantiqueiras Mountains of Brazil. It's, you climb 33,000 feet over 135 miles. I mean, you're coming into these small villages at 4 a.m. Nobody's awake. You just get to see this awesome place under strange circumstances, and most of it was 6 inches at a time, but I managed to get through it, and it was brutal. But yeah, I went back and did it again a couple years later.
Which brings us to what lies ahead next week. Now you're setting another first. I'm starting to catch on the thing you like as being the first. What are you doing next week that will be the first?
It's turned out that way.
Yeah.
I just like going into the unknown, and like this next race is Race Across America. Some hand cyclists have done it as teams. I'm going to try to be the first solo hand cyclist to do it.
This sounds like an expensive venture. What does it all entail?
So it entails 3,000 miles in about 12 days. I have about 8 people on my crew that are just helping me get from the start to the finish. They're there with nutrition and support and medical. Then there's even people there taking care of the people taking care of me. It's pretty involved. We're talking minimum 250 miles a day on a bike and maybe 90 minutes of sleep.
Let's throw up the graphic for folks. Any little bit would help. This is your website coming up. The folks can help contribute to the
Challenge Athletes Foundation, and they've been such a big part of me living this happy life and getting into sports, and I want to make sure that everybody else has that opportunity.
This is not money that's going into your pocket per se. This is just covering expenses. Anything left over goes to the Challenge.
All the money that's donated right now is going straight to Challenge Athletes Foundation.
Before we let you go, we have to show Pablo. You're a reality TV star. Can we take a picture? Tell us about being a Kardashian kind of.
Well, we've got a little different take on the being on TV part. We're making an awesome film. Just wait till you get a look at the cinematography Pablo's going to be out there getting, and we just want to tell
your training and the race,
an honest, genuine story. And yeah, I mean, I just want to sit down with my crew after the race and watch and relive it.
And before we go, again, that website, because I guess we didn't have that ready. So where are people going to go to help you out?
Yeah, challengeathletes.org/RRAAM or AndreKajlich.com on the site, and they'll link to everything from there.
And it takes a village. I mean, what can you say about the Challenge Athlete Foundation, Bob Abbott, and the folks who are...
It's spectacular.
Yeah.
I was just talking with someone recently that knew someone who had an injury, and I mean, there's not a better place in the world, to be, to have support and community. But Challenge Athletes Foundation is helping people all over the world and get equipment they need, get training to live an active lifestyle.
It is an honor to meet you, sir.
Thanks.
I feel a little bit better just being in presence of greatness.